All right. Jimmy asks, did you get jealous of Rob being on the Bob Murphy show? Well, look at that. Hey, if anybody hasn't, by the way, I believe that was just put out, right? The Bob Murphy show. Rob Bernstein was a guest on that. Okay. Am I jealous of Rob Bernstein doing the Bob Murphy show? Listen, I support the Bob Murphy show, okay? I like to think that we gave birth to the Bob Murphy show. What happened is that we came out as a powerhouse Christian conservative podcast. We showed that there was a market in the Christian conservative podcasting world, and then Bob Murphy was like, oh, okay. You know, he's kind of like our Pepsi, okay? He came in and he was like, okay, there's a market here. Maybe I can get a little bit of this. And God bless him. I love Pepsi. You know, it's a good drink. It's no Coke, but it's a fine soft drink. And I wish Bob Murphy all the best. Is he really a Christian? Is he just kind of a Johnny-come-lately? I don't know. I can't really tell. But, you know, that's for you guys to judge. I don't judge because that's what Jesus said. Remember, he who judgeth shall casteth the first stone. So I'm the real deal, is what I'm telling you. And if this Bob Murphy kid wants to come along and get in on it, is he really a Christian? Is he really an economist? I don't know. I can't tell you for sure. I don't know. I can't vouch for that. But I wish him all the best in the world. Go with Jesus. Okay? And Rob Bernstein, of course, I'm thrilled that Rob Bernstein would do the show. Who wants to get Rob Bernstein out there more than me? I put him on my show every podcast, and I don't have to. He's on a podcast-to-podcast contract. I could kick him off anytime I want to, okay? But I put him out there because I think he's got an important voice to contribute to the Jewish Christian conservative movement, all right? Also, I did the Bob Murphy show way before Rob Bernstein did it, all right? So let's just get that straight, too. I was like one of the first few guests. And I think I would have been the number one guest, but Bob just wanted to, like, get used to podcasting for a little bit. So he had some other knuckleheads on before me, like Scott Horton and Gene Epstein and these guys, Tom Woods, I think.
Knuckleheads.
You know, these guys who, you know, he was fumbling around, learning how to interview, and then he brought in the big guns. Anyway. No, I'm sure. Did you have fun on the show?
Dude, it was a
Bob's
thrill.
the fucking best, dude. He's the best.
For a full 2 hours, that genius treated me like I knew what I was talking about.
Isn't that a weird thing?
You know how great that was? Yeah. And I played it up. Inside the actor's studio, we were talking jokes. I enjoyed my moment.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. I've had that experience a lot in this libertarian world where people who you just look up to so much are like interviewing you and asking questions, and you're kind of just like in your head, you're like, I don't know, dude, you know this stuff better than me. Right. What are you asking me for?
Well, we were
but then talking about comedy, that makes it better. You're like, okay, this is what I know a little bit.
Well, we were talking, and while we were doing it, I was like, fuck yeah. Like I didn't have that thought at all. I was like, I know it. And then I walked out, I was like, man, that was really generous of Bob. Really gave me a nice platform there. But it was a good time. Give it a listen.
Bob, go check out the Bob Murphy show. Bob Murphy's like one of the smartest people I know. One of the best economists out there. I've learned so much from that guy, and I was really, really happy when he started doing his own podcast. Like Contra Krugman is amazing, but it's like there's so much stuff that Bob's just such an interesting guy to talk to, and he's also one of these guys, which I've found with a lot of the Austrian economists, where he's like this really, really insightful economist, but he's also got so many things outside of the purview of economics that he talks about that I just have given me a lot of like valuable knowledge.
Yeah, and he's a funny dude.
And he's very funny.
Yeah.
I'd say funniest economist in the game. And this is coming from the most economically literate comedian in the game.
Man, these titles are getting a little confusing.
Yeah,
I almost need a cheat sheet.
Me too, bro. Me too.